Ladies and gentlemen, I rebooted my phone, so I should have unlimited memory. Unlimited, whatever the fuck that means. Memory to talk about what I went to. So, welcome to the mind of a psychopath. I've been told I should do a podcast by people in various conversations in weird ways. So I figure I don't know how to do a podcast, but how everything has gone in my life is I don't know how to do it, but I typically get pushed and or forced to do something, and I learn to do it as I'm doing it, as I'm getting yelled at, as I'm getting bitched at, as I'm getting degraded. Not trained, because no, you can't fucking train me, but you can judge how shitty I did. Well, I'm only gonna get better through fucking up and finding out, because nobody likes to sit down and talk. Like, I love to fucking talk. Sometimes I talk too much, sometimes I don't talk enough, but the problem with that is, and also why I said in the mind of a psycho, is because I don't really know what normal is, and people have just been calling me weird ever since the fucking beginning. Like, ever since I stepped foot on this green earth soil, not like ever since I stepped foot on American soil, I remember just being called weird, different, blah, this, blah, that. And I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Doctor, translate. What? You're only here to talk about my heart? Well, can you check out my brain? What? I don't have sufficient enough funds? Well, at least fix my heart. What? You can't do that? You're just putting a band-aid on it, and you're telling me that eventually, like, you don't know how long a heart's gonna last for, and I might need a transplant? Well, at least the people paid for it. Yes, you guys did pay for it. The taxpayers paid for it due to the fact that the family did adopt me. Does not have the financial means to do any of the things that they did. I don't know how the fuck we made it this far. I don't know how any of this shit happened. Like, it happens for a reason. That's all I fucking know. It's just the fucking reason. I don't know. Everything matters and nothing matters all at the same time. That's something that plays in my head a lot. But at the same time, I do realize if everything matters and nothing matters at the same time, I might as well just do good in general. What's good? Well, good is just fucking opinion-based, perspective-based, and I figure good is anything that doesn't involve me forcefully by, hey, get over here, motherfucker! You listen to me, motherfucker! Don't you fucking move, motherfucker! Forcefully making people do and or listen to anything that I say. Like, hey, motherfucker! You see this thing? You see this thing? You believe the person upstairs? You believe in something? Because you about to say something if you don't fucking listen to me. You still listen to me, motherfucker. I don't blow out your goddamn brains. I ain't that type of person. Like, listen to me or don't. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll stop speaking or I'll just go to a different room. Because I have been forced to do a lot of things I don't fucking want to do. I grew up a long time with no fucking boundaries. From probably about 3 to 23. I know. What a streak, ladies and gentlemen. People say I have a commitment issue. No, I have a people issue. Back to the point. So from 3 to 23, because that's when I stepped foot here. So from 3 to 23, no boundaries, which meant when people touch me, I just internalized the feeling like, and depending on who touched me and how they touched me, it's just like, it either felt weird or it felt good. And it's just like the only way I can describe it is like an icky feeling, because it's like, unless you have felt it, I feel like you wouldn't understand it. Kind of like, unless you're going through it, unless you know somebody that's going through it, and I've said this multiple times, you don't give a fuck, you won't understand, you'll just think I'm crazy, blah, blah, this, blah, that, but what the fuck does crazy mean? What the fuck does weird mean? What the fuck does different mean? Like, I do realize, yeah, I probably do fall into a handful of things in the DSM-5 or whatever the fuck the mental book is. But for the fact that I'm able to critique my personality so well, I have many characters for whoever the fuck you want to meet, for whoever the fuck I need to be around, but at the same time, it's just like, is this me? Yes, shreds and fragments and versions, but is this me? No, not really. Like, yes, this is my body, this is my aura, this is my energy, but this is just me playing a part so I can continue to sit in this seat that I don't even want to be in. Like, I have to be here because everybody says you have to pay to be alive. We're the only fucking animals that pay for shit. Like, if you want to talk about in a technicality speaking, other animals do pay for shit. That's in energy and that's in death. We pay for shit that's in energy, that's in death, that's in argumentativeness, that's in fucking money transfer. I ain't gonna get too political up in this bitch. But growing up with no boundaries allowed me to at least gain a fucking long list of boundaries, walls. Like, I have learned so much, I can see shit from a mile away. And it's being able to focus and honing in on what people say when they speak, because people will tell you everything that you need to know. It's just, are you listening or are you hearing? Are you listening and watching? Because sometimes the words don't match the actions, and that's why I'm like, ha ha ha, skit. Take this bitch back. What the fuck you mean? You love me, but you keep walking away from me. The fuck you mean you would have helped me out, but you were busy, but I done seen you fucking live, doing nothing. Like, you could have just said you didn't want to help me. You ain't got to lie to me like that. What you mean you love... No, I already said that. What do you mean when you say these words, but you don't fucking act upon them? So what the fuck do these words, what the fuck are these words? What the fuck in general? So I try to be as transparent as I can personally be, and as much and as often as I can be. But for the fact that I'm so transparent, people think it's rude. People think it's dickish. And I'm just like, did I really come off as a dick, or did you just take it so internally, so hard? Like, yeah. I had to be so rude. Why you like that? Don't ask me how I feel if you really don't give a shit. Because I don't give a shit how I feel, but I have to, because I have to care about me, because you're not going to, they're not going to, he's not, well, he might, or she might, or it might, I don't know, call it what you want. But at the end of the day, if you don't care about yourself, nobody will. So I had to learn about myself, because everybody just labels me, but like, what the fuck do these labels mean? And money runs everything, and like I said, family's not fortunate, so you guys literally paid for my surgery, me being here, and I'm pretty sure you guys probably paid for my soccer, blah, blah, this, blah, that. And I think that's more the reason why, no, it's not the reason why I grew up with less boundaries, it's because I came from a foreign country. I don't fucking understand most of you guys' fucking words and actions. I was very young, I was in my melding years trying to learn shit, but I'm like, because this is something I always tell people, like, when I was younger, people would be like, can I touch your hair? As they're doing it! And I'm trying to figure out, like, is this how you do stuff in there? So you ask as you do, like, can I drive your car? Nigga, you already driving. Why you asking? Can I fuck your girl? Nigga, you already fucking her. Why you asking? Can I have this? Why you already using it? Like, I learned that's not how shit goes. I realized it's just kids and blah, this and blah, that. But as I was growing up, some of the most stressful things that I went through, which I now realize shouldn't be so fucking stressful, was going to school. I fucking hated that. I missed like 43 days in elementary. I remember that because I fucking got my records, because I had to do some shit for my own self, because I've learned from the beginning, I should have figured I was made an orphan for a reason, because I'm the only one that's got me. I'm the only one that should be taking care of me. I should be focusing on more things in my life, because if I don't, then nobody's got me like I do. And that's why I had to pay for my immigration and shit like that. All over a fucking word cost me $7,000. What does that mean? Cost me 2-3 summers of my fucking life working my ass off. And I was only fortunate enough to be able to find a boss that was willing to pay me underneath the table, because, yet again, ladies and gentlemen, don't have a fortunate family, and I wasn't raised to, help me, please, help me, I'm poor, help me, I can't do nothing, help me, help me. I was blessed with a physically able body, even though it's not supposed to be disabled. Like, I am technically speaking disabled. And I say technically speaking because if you look at me, it's all you're going to see is my youth. You're going to see my skin. You might, I don't know, see the way that I dress, but you're not going to see me for my disability. You might see me for my mental disability, whatever that is. But like I said, doctors ain't said shit, so technically speaking, I ain't fucked up. But you know, I'm fucked up. But back onto the fucked up. So, I realized if I wanted help at a very fucking young age, I have to be the help. Because I've been around people, it's just like, the treatment, the fucking treatment. Like, the biggest thing that fucking bothered me, I'd never even went in full detail about, like, what stressed me about, like, going to school, riding the fucking bus, trying to make friends, like, it all kind of smoothed out a little bit as time progressed, but school always felt like fucking, how do I explain it? I always had anxiety attacks. It just felt like a place I didn't want to be in. I literally did, and I would always fake sick. And for the fact that my parents did not do well about teaching, they didn't do well about structuring. Like, if you didn't want to do anything, you didn't. You didn't have to, more or less. Like, I figured, because I also have a lot of disabled siblings, mentally and physically disabled, and then there's me, which the most disability I have is my chest. Aside from that, I am cognitively correct. Whatever the fuck that means, because I can't say cognitively normal, because I'm not cognitively normal for, like, have you watched any part of this video? Have you not seen how the fuck I go high and low, high and low, high and low? And you can say it's drugs, but it's not. I was like this before the drugs came. Back to the point. So I had to learn and teach myself, and with a child's mind, you do whatever And there are some things I'm never going to talk about on video or to anybody because I have done some things I'm just like, I was a kid. I'm sorry. I know what the fuck I was doing. But for the fact that I do now as an adult with a lot of research on myself, a lot of research and reading, with a lot of research done on TikTok. Thank you, TikTok! Thank you to the Chinese, like Japanese, to whoever the fuck made TikTok. Because honestly, without TikTok, I wouldn't have known I was this mentally disturbed. But being mentally disturbed and then being mentally disabled to the point, well, I'm not trying to say it. Being mentally disturbed and then being a bad mentally disturbed representative is something I'm not trying to be, because I realize who I am. I realize I am fucking speaking for the black community without actually having to speak for the black community. I realize I'm speaking for the disabled community, but they're not going to see that. I realize I'm speaking for the Haitian community, but they're not going to see that until I do something bad, because I keep paying attention to how they paint pictures and the news media outlet and all this and all that, and I realize they only see you for who you are after you do bad things, but until, well, bad or good things. But while you're in the gray area of trying to figure out who you are, you're just a troubled youth. You're just an idiot. You're just young. You're just this. You're just that. No, there's more to this and that. But are you willing to listen? Are you willing to understand? Are you willing to learn? No. You ain't got enough money for me to give a shit about you. And I realized that really young. So, like I said, I took things into my own hands because what the fuck was I gonna do? If I truly acted like the rawest version of myself every fucking day from 3 to now, I wouldn't have this much freedom. I'd probably have cops on me 24/7. I'd probably have FBI agents watching me, blah this, blah that. And that's because the inside of my mind, I'm just like, murder should be legal. I can see why people do this. I can see why people do that. I can see why. But logically, you're not supposed to be like this. You're not supposed to think like this. I'm just a free thinker. What's wrong with that? Oh, I'm a free thinker. That's what's wrong with that. Because once I feel like I thought through of an opinion so solidified that you can't change my thoughts and opinions. Like every human, within reason, because everyone does not cover everyone, and I've realized that with even more internal thinking, because to say everyone is such a huge blanket term, to say everybody's had sex, you do realize some babies die as soon as they're born, some babies die inside of the fucking womb. To say everybody walks, you do realize there's paraplegics, right? To say everybody breathes, you do realize some people don't even make out the goddamn womb. To say everybody was just such a blanket term, but I used to believe in it so much that everybody has a chance. Everybody. And it wasn't until I got more into seeing life for how it truly is through the internet, because without the internet, regardless of how much people misuse it, I have been able to see my disabilities not make me. My mental disabilities not make me. I make my disabilities. I allow it to be a good thing or a bad thing. But because so many things have such negative connotations, when you hear disabled, when you hear autistic, when you hear ADHD, when you hear black, when you hear white, when you hear certain things because of the way that you're programmed, believe it or not, you're programmed. I was too. I had to re-wash my brain. Like I think I'm still doing some scrubbing. Every fucking day I'm re-scrubbing this bitch. But because you're programmed from a very fucking young age, when you're very impressionable, very moldable, malleable, they teach you to define things that don't necessarily matter. Like, what does black mean? Is it the color? Is it the person? Is it a beat? Is it this? Is it that? It's fucking Western civilization trying to keep up the division. I am not a black person. I am a person with melanin. I'm going to try to be better about that. Try to, but first, you have to show up, and then things continue going. Like I said, I don't know how to make a podcast, but just trying is better than just saying I don't know how to. I don't know how to. I've been trying to be better about failing forward, because to not even attempt is already failure within itself. But if I failed, but I attempted, and I've learned from my attempts, and at least I have progress to show that I failed to grow, so I can show others like, hey. I know I might look picture perfect now, but look back then. Because I had to crawl before I stood, before I walked, before I ran. But for some reason, society expects you to be able to do everything like, and if you can't do it like, then it's like, get the fuck out. And I'm like, you gotta count the losses. Because if you always count the wins, and you're just like, yeah. And you always, not always, because always just like, yeah, it's a fucking blanket term. We gotta say, most people don't want to think about the failures, like the failures didn't help get to the succession. Like, you have to fail eventually, and if you never failed, then did you ever learn? Because there are some things I have done the first time through, and I'm like, kind of wish I would have fucked it up a little bit because I don't really know how I did it. And I only needed to do it once. So it's like, do I really know how to do it? I did it. That's all that really matters. But if you can do it more than once, then truly I feel like you're trained into it. You know how to do it. It's something you could possibly do off of muscle memory. But they expect you to be able to do it the first time, right? Like, even if you're trained, it still takes practice upon practice upon practice. People neglect to think that failure is part of the process of succeeding. And I was ingrained the exact same thought process of, if you fail, you suck. If you fail, don't ever try again. If you fail, get the fuck out of here. If you fail, you are a failure. A fucking failure. And we don't like failures in life. Failures in life. And I kind of got into this shell where it's like, either I succeed or I don't try. Either I succeed or I don't try. Either I succeed or I don't try. Because I don't want to fail. And now I'm just like, wait a sec, I gotta fail. At least a little bit. Like, I can't be a failure just a little bit. I can't learn from my lessons. I can't make mistakes. If I can't make mistakes around you, I can't be around you. Like, clearly there are some things that can't be mistakes. There are clearly some things that you shouldn't do. There are clearly some things you shouldn't fuck up. But at the same time, you have to take everybody as a new body, and what this body knows is not what this body knows, and what this body knows is not what this body knows. And it's always remembering that regardless of the intellect that they may show or lack to show, you have to understand that everybody is different, and everybody acts and thinks differently, even if they have similar traits and attributes to somebody that you know or even yourself. You have to understand that restart when it comes to every single body that you meet. And that's why most of society has an issue with dealing with other people, because it's like, you look normal. What's normal? You act normal. What's normal? You do things normally. What's normal? Stop thinking of the things that you've been programmed to see. Stop thinking of the things that you've seen on TV. Stop thinking of the things that you see in movies. Stop thinking of the things that you see in TV shows. Because TV shows and movies misrepresent the real world. Because everybody, if you stop and think about it, because I've seen a shit ton of movies, a shit ton of TV shows, play a shit ton of video games. I spent 90% of my life, childhood actually I should say, 90% of my childhood alone playing video games, watching movies, watching porn, softcore porn. Which was funny because I didn't start masturbating until like 15. Started watching softcore porn like 9 or 8. No. Inside the mind of a psycho! Didn't you listen? Back to the point. So, what I realized and understood about watching all these things is, if you're going to watch a movie and a TV show, pay attention. Notice how everybody's pretty. Notice how it's a picture perfect cookie cutter shit. Notice how none of the shit that you ever see in TV shows and movies ever relate or equate to the things in life. Like, maybe the message in the story, but if you pay attention to the people in the background, it's just like, yeah, that's not really all that real. Even from like reality TV shows. Reality. Bitch, everything's scripted in life. Even life is scripted. You just don't know the script yet. Back to the point. So it's like, why do I watch this? I watched it more or less to learn, which turned out to program me a little bit. But outside the programming, I kind of learned the characteristics of the personality types and blah this and blah that. But still, I understood that everybody is a restart. So even though you match some characteristics and thoughts, opinions of others that I have seen kind of like you, I still want to give you the thoughts. I still want to give you the time to fuck it up for yourself. Because I assume a little bit, which means ass I you and me's, but I assume a little bit that you're going to be honest. I assume and expect, which expectation is the worst thing I ever had, ladies and gentlemen. How dare you come into life having expectations of anything? How dare you expect people not to lie to you? How dare you expect people to respect you? How dare you expect anything but the unexpected? And don't even expect that. I don't know. It's just, the more I continue to go on living life, I've come to expect nothing and expect everything. It's like when you are always in the panic mode, you just... I had a fucking panic attack in like fucking middle school math class, 8th grade. I didn't even fucking know I had a panic attack. Why? Lack of education yet again. Now enough money for people to teach my brain. I'm like... I explained that to one of my doctors when I was going for my checkups that I mandatory had to, and my parents maybe, because, you know, I'm under 18. If I don't go, then they get in trouble and they get thrown in jail and blah this, blah that. A lot of my life was also guilt tripping, manipulation, and lied to. Which, funny thing is, I was taught not to lie, and then taught how to lie. Bitch, what? Don't lie. Lie about this, lie about that, lie about this, and lie about that. But don't you fucking lie, because lying will get you out faster than anything else. And I lie all the time. The lady of the fucking house. Back to the point. Where the fuck was the point? Everywhere. So, it's just the grounding. Like, this is the first fucking episode. I'm trying to make sure it's good enough foundation for you to understand. When you talk to me, I can go deep as fuck. I can go deeper than the ocean, bitch. And bitch is a filler word for me. I'm not trying to use it derogatory towards females. I do respect women. I hate bitches. And girls, well, I hope you gals grow up to be full-grown women. But if you turn into be bitches, and I hate bitches. And I will give you my definition of what a girl, a female, and a bitch. No, a girl, a woman, and a bitch is. A girl, anyone underneath 18, you're a fucking girl. A bitch, anybody that's entitled, feels entitled to people's possessions, wants people to do everything for them, but is unwilling to help people, notices that they're in a disarray of a type of mess and continues to spread the mess onto others, but it's like, oh, as well as me, you're a bitch. And then a woman is an independent gal that understands herself, knows what she wants in life, is willing to be single because she knows that no man can give her what she wants because it's coming from herself, but will find somebody that she is willing to love, but not love them to the point that she has a codependency on them. She doesn't need them, she wants them. And then I'll give you my definition of men, dicks, and assholes. No, men, dicks, and boys. Because if I'm gonna do the girl one, I gotta do the boy one for y'all to make it make sense. I already did a TikTok about it, but like, yeah, it's going on YouTube. So, man, I would consider myself a man because I understand what I want, understand more or less. I'm not willing to waste people's time. I am not emotionally and or physically abusive. I take the time in consideration. I'm willing to walk away, even if people don't tell me no, which is it's what annoys me. It's the, I'm not going to tell you no, but I'm going to tell you to wait. That means no. I'm not going to tell you no, but I'm going to tell you not right now. That also means no. I'm not going to tell you no, but I'm going to tell you we might have a chance. That's also fucking no. Just tell me no. You can tell men no. We understand. We move on. We get along. Thank you, man. I didn't mean to waste your time. On to the next one. And go ahead, call me a hoe for not fucking waiting on you. You had your chance. Fuck, it's like a concert. It's like anything else. There's a timestamp on it. It's just you don't see it. You're not entitled to my time. I don't know why you feel entitled to my time. Society, of course, that's why. Back to the point. Boys are the ones that beat women, lie to women, cheat on women, and just don't really know what the fuck they're doing. They're just out here doing shit. And dicks! Did I say boys abuse women? Well, dicks are basically the same thing as boys, but just older. They abuse women, they lie to women, they cheat on women, they have multiple babies, and blah, blah, this, and blah, that. Same with the bitch. Like, essentially, mother flipper. The dicks and the bitches are basically the worst aspects that we hate about the male and the female gender, but we say all men, all women, instead of just dividing it. Like, yeah, we should have segregation. Divide shit! Because I'm sick and tired of people being pussies about the smallest fucking shit ever. And I mean pussies as in whips, not emotionally sound. And I mean pussies as in, like, sit down and listen. People are going to get butthurt over the fact that... Try not to get too political on this. But people are going to get offended that people of transgender don't have a restroom, but aren't willing to help the transgender have a restroom, but not be upset that their favorite celebrity, their favorite elitist is molesting, kidnapping, and fucking up the future. But yeah, we're gonna worry about the transgenders. What about the future? And I'm always about love. I'm about peace. But there's a war inside of me that I've been fighting ever since I was 3. And trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me to realize that there's not a problem with me. It's a problem with society. It's a problem with the worldview. It's a problem with the images that they see, but they look at me like I'm the issue. No, I'm not an issue unless you want one. I'm a problem solver. I don't see problems. No, I do see problems, but most people don't want to solve them. And I'm just like, I can only do as much as you're allowing me to do, as much as I can physically do. And I can do a lot of things in my own personal life, but as soon as I start getting hurdles, it's like, how can I get over these hurdles, around these hurdles, under these hurdles, above these hurdles? Because there's many ways to fucking get around a hurdle. But some people think, oh, I gotta go above the hurdle. Do you? Do you? Do you? Is this track and field? Because if it's not track and field, it don't really matter how the fuck you get there. Just get to where the fuck you're going, right? I don't know, it's just so flipping much in my head. I'm gonna try to make this under fucking half an hour, but if you guys give me questions, I can talk about things forever, and I can talk about anything. That's because I'm willing to learn, because the more you learn, the less that you fear, and the fact that so many people are fearful is due to the fact lack of education, ladies and gentlemen. I used to not read books, and that was more or less because I didn't have the attention span. I have a vocabulary too. I can read a lot of words. Like, I remember when I was younger, I was in speech class due to the fact I came from Haiti, which is probably why I could speak so goddamn well. But there's still some words I can't say. Makes sense. That tongue. I ain't even supposed to be speaking this language as well. I just do. So, I remember being in speech class and I was reading fucking high school shit. I was reading the high school words. But I was put in special ed classes due to the fact that everything else in the... So kind of like how life is right now for me. It works too fast, but confusingly. Like, I need somebody to sit there, because some things clicks on quick. And other things just like, could you explain a little bit more, please? But like I keep saying, nobody gives a fuck. People just like, now. And if you won't, well, get the fuck out of here. We'll fucking replace you. You're too slow for us, you gosh darn dumbass. There are more of you. And then they're like, why can't we find good people? Why can't you treat people like they're fucking humans instead of fucking second class? Actually, not even second class citizens. You treat people like they don't even exist. You treat people like they're robots. And I'm just like, I know everything that I hate in industries. I know everything I hate about jobs, which is why I'm like, why the fuck am I not rich? Give me the power and ability to be able to help the world and watch me flourish. But right now, I'm climbing up the fucking ladder, climbing up the fucking ladder, climbing up the fucking ladder. Move, please, climbing up the fucking ladder, moving up the fucking ladder. Move! You're not going to? Climbing up the fucking ladder, climbing up. I said earlier, murder is justified. It's just awesome. Think about this for a second. What is the difference between murder and assassination, ladies and gentlemen? Politics, literally. And I believe that I would be assassinated one day because of the voice that I have, the message that I spread, because all I want is peace, love, and understanding of every single person on this planet. Because if you know more, you are willing to be less fearful, you're less likely to be bashful, you're less likely to be aggressive. Sorry. I just didn't know, like, were you a safe person? Like, shit, you got tits and a dick? Goddamn. What the fuck are you? Oh, you're a hermaphrodite. Oh, you're a transgender. Oh, you're this, you're that. What's your personal stance on life, though? Like, how do you treat kids? How do you feel about love? How is your outward energy towards others? Are you a peaceful person or a bashful person? Those are the questions people should be asking before they start acting. But no, it's actions first, questions maybe later. I don't know. Questions first, actions maybe later if I need to. I am such a defensive person. Like, if you ever see me in a fight, question heavily, the fuck did that guy do to piss off Ethan? Because if you know me personally, you know there's a good reason why it's hard to piss me off. Immigration, and I'm not fucking from here. So if I'm gonna lose my fucking shit, I've always said it's gonna be for a goddamn good reason. So, if you see me out here losing my shit, just know it's for goddamn good reason. I'm like, go ahead, officers. Whatever, DEA, do what you gotta do. I know what the fuck I did. I knew you guys didn't want me. I knew you guys won't tolerate me. I knew you guys were waiting for me to slip. I knew it! That's why I was so good for this long. If I ain't got a track record, shit, you ain't got no reason to kick me out. But here I am being myself. Here I am waiting until somebody instigates and prods me. But hey, their words didn't really affect me. It's the way that they treated my significant other. It's the way that they treated my fucking kids. It's the way that they treated my blood that made me boil like this. But you ain't gonna ask the right questions. People just swing out the phones like, oh, star. Even though they started this, I'm more than happy to finish it. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the dick. I keep warning everybody with every breath that I take, you shouldn't be fucking with me. Are you sure you want to fuck with me? Fine, if you really want to fuck with me. I don't know what too much is, which is why I keep this all to myself, because I've been told all of my life, you're too much, you're weird, you're different, you're this, you're that. But what the fuck does that mean? So, 9 times out of 10, I'm not myself in public because public couldn't take me. Personally, in private, I am myself because fuck it. Who the hell's gonna kick me out of my own arena, out of my own space, out of my own area? Even though we pay for everything on this planet, even though we're the most intelligent animals on this fucking planet, nothing's free. You pay for everything. Either it's your life, your time, or your money. Either way, I'm at least willing to give my life for freedom. Some of y'all think you're fucking working for freedom. You don't even know what the fuck you're working for. There is no freedom in the workforce. There's only freedom inside your head. There's only freedom inside of your dreams. There's only freedom inside of what you enjoy to do, but they keep that dollar amount on us by raising rent, by raising food, by keeping us stupid, by keeping us scared. Ladies and gentlemen, I might be a fucking psycho, but at least I'm not stupid.